morning, Friday 25th of March. It's going to be another lovely sunny day. We're doing quite well for the time of year. Off on a walk this morning from my home in Evesham to the trig point at the top of Bredon Hill and back again. About 14-15 miles. Thought I'd start early, so about 7 o'clock now. Get up to the top by about 10. Have a nice leisurely walk back then before it gets too hot. It'll be about 18-19 degrees again today. So, bring you back later. I think see in the very distance there is my destination today. It's the top of Bredon Hill. Well, it's the halfway point, not the destination, but the halfway point. And that's where we're heading for. They'll become nearer as we get, well, become closer to us as we get nearer to it. So let's keep going. We've just crossed 2 or 3 fields now, coming from Hampton, round the side of Hampton Estate. Across these fields, absolute nightmare. I mean, the footpath's virtually non-existent. It's all been ploughed up and planted. It's still very boggy in places, very uneven. I feel like you're going to break your ankle at any moment. So, looking ahead, the next part of it looks a lot better, just grass fields. Heading towards the small hamlet of Netherton. It's on the way to Elmley Castle. Before we start climbing up the hill, I'll come back to you in a bit. We're shortly going through the small hamlet of Netherton, and the word Netherton means lower farm in Old English. It's a hamlet at the side, just down below Elmley Castle, about 5 miles from Evesham, and there's the remains there of a 12th century chapel. There's a farm, a few cottages, and that's about it. That's pretty much what a hamlet is. There's a farm, a few cottages, probably farm workers' cottages, and then the remains of a 12th century chapel. Now just coming into the small hamlet of Netherton, which I explained to you about earlier. Beautiful little hamlet, very oldie world. That's the farm, that's at the hub of the hamlet. Nice black and white house there. And further on there's a few more cottages. There's the remains of the old chapel there. See it. Okay, just coming up onto the outskirts of Elmley Castle village now. So I'll tell you a bit about it, then when I go walk through the village I'll tell you which places are which. The actual name of Elmley Castle means a clearing in the elm wood in Old English. It's at the foot of Bredon Hill and it's got an 11th century church of St Mary. The castle ruins from Elmley Castle is situated half a mile from the village, up the hill in the deer park, which was built shortly after the Norman conquest. The main owners being the Evesham family, who later became the Earls of Warwick. Many of the men from the village fought with Beauchamp on the king's side at the Battle of Evesham in 1265. The castle fell into decline and its stone was used to build houses, walls and the town of Pershaw. Pershaw Bridge, not Pershaw Bridge, the old bridge. I've got a pub there, Queen Elizabeth. Actual Queen Elizabeth herself stayed there at the manor in 1575. It used to have 3 pubs here, but only the Queen's Head now remains. That's a little bit about the village. Also, the top of Bredon Hill, where I'm going to, up to the trig point, that stands about 950 feet above sea level. So we've got a bit of a climb up there. This is the main street in Elmley Castle. The stream runs all the way down. Junior school at the bottom. Got plenty of black and white buildings here. The church is over to my left, just up there. That's the Queen's Head pub. That's the one that's still in operation at the moment. Very popular by all accounts. And straight ahead, just up there, that's St Mary's Church. I'm now going to turn right up Hill Lane and start climbing up the hill. I'm getting very near the top now. I made a target of getting up here by 10 o'clock and it's 6 minutes to 10, so just about do it. Lovely views down there in the vale, absolutely beautiful. Here we are, just about to arrive at the trig point. Doesn't look like a normal trig point, this is one of the flat ones with a marker on there to direction of all the different places you can see it from up here. It's not brilliant today, very hazy down there. Just make out a few villages. Pershore down there, I can see in Pershore Abbey that way. Evesham is over to that direction over there. Look just past the trig point, there's a folly. I can't remember the history on that. I will find out about it. Probably put it on a future video. Alright, we're just coming up now to the highest point. I set myself a target of leaving home at 7 this morning, getting here at 10 o'clock. I want to get to the top. It's 5 past 10, so it's not bad. A couple of detours anyway around fields where the footpath should have gone straight through the middle and it didn't. So never mind, there we go. Touch the trig point. There we go. I'll come back to you when we get down the bottom again. Getting down towards the bottom of the hill now. Bit of a slow walk down, quite steep actually and very rutted. Horse hoof marks all over the place. So yeah, I'm going to go back a different way. The one way this morning wasn't brilliant. A lot of fences that were stiles and that were overgrown and broken. The ground was very uneven. So I go back the way I came here once before to head out towards Cropthorne, top of Smoky Lane, and carry on then. It comes out near the Charlton turning in Hampton. So we'll see how we get on with that one. I'm sure it'll be a lot better. I'll come back to you shortly. Just coming back down into Elmley Castle now. Stunning little village, made of black and white, and got several thatched properties here. Really is worth coming here. Just having a quick look round. Maybe have a meal in the Queen Elizabeth pub. The food's supposed to be quite good there as well. Really worthwhile. Entrance to the park. This is the main street. Goes on for about 400 yards or so. We're going to turn off and then I'm heading back a different direction which I came. Heading out towards Cropthorne and see how we get on that route. I've walked it this way once before, so I know it roughly. Can't be any worse than what I did this morning. Stunning views all around me this morning. Not sure where it is ahead of me. Possibly Pershore. So I'll be bearing off to the right before long, heading back towards Evesham. The old crops are starting to come up now in the fields. Bredon up there now in the distance. That's not part of the Malverns ahead of me. Could quite possibly be. See a bit of oilseed rape coming out in this field here as well. In the early crops. Chat what walks you got planned for this year. I want to do the Witch Haven Way again. I did it last year in over 4 days. I'll try and do it over 3 days this time. And I'll film that one, obviously. I'd like to go from Droitwich to Broadway via the Lenches, all over the Lenches, Pershaw, Bredon Hill, Charles Wickham out towards Aston under Earl, Sedgeborough, Charles Wickham out towards Broadway. I want to do the Isbourne Way. It starts up in Cleve Hill, the Wash Pool. That's a 14-mile walk, nice day walk, and follows the River Isbourne from source to where it meets the River Avon in Evesham in Hampton. That's another one. And another one I want to do is, I'm going to call my marathon. Get the train from Evesham up to the university station in Birmingham, near the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and walk back along the Worcester-Birmingham Canal. About 27 miles that one is, and get a train back from Worcester to Evesham. That should be a nice flat walk. That'd be a nice summer one, I should think. That's the longer ones at the moment. I'd like at some stage to start doing Offers Dyke as well. It's something I've been trying to plan. I prefer not to camp on there. I think my camping days are over now. So it's going to be bed and breakfasts, hostels, hotels, whatever. So I need to get that one planned. And at least I'd like to walk some of it this year if possible. Let's see how things go and how we get on. Okay, I'll come back to you in a bit. Just going to the Hampton part of Evesham now. This used to be a village in its own right. It's now actually part of Evesham, I suppose, where a lot of the small villages surrounding towns are now. Got a farm shop just over there, pub with a cider mill, junior school, St Andrew's Church. It's a Norman Foundation church, 12th century font, 13th to 15th century had additions. Some form of church has stood there since 708. The land was owned by Evesham Abbey. The monks used to cross the river to Evesham, where they used to have tiered vineyards on Clark's Hill. I think I'll point that out in a previous video. And there's still a chain ferry down in Hampton to get across from one side to the other. There are plans for a footbridge, probably because of the amount of housing that's being built here now. And also I've shown another video is Hampton Mill, which used to mill corn on the River Isbourne, but that's over in a different direction. I will point that out again next time I go past it. Thank you. I might as well sign off now, saying back into Evesham itself. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's a different one. There was a lot of hill climbing on this one, so I didn't film as much. But obviously, as usual, if you've enjoyed watching the film, please like and subscribe, and we'll carry on doing them. Probably go a bit further afield before long, so take care, see you again, bye.